Good morning, freedom seekers. It's Monday, and that means it's time for another episode of Coffee and Cash. Guys, I love living the digital nomad lifestyle, right? And the past little while, I've been in Peru, I've been in Switzerland, and like last week in Colombia, right? It's amazing to be able to work from anywhere. And amazing to be able to hang out with people from anywhere. So I want to introduce you guys to somebody who's so famous, they only go by one name, right? This is Mony. Right?
Mony.
No last name.
Is that
Mony.
because you can't pronounce my last name, Alex? Let's be honest.
It's a little bit different. Zarazúa.
Don't worry, nobody can pronounce
Where is
my last name.
Zarazúa from?
Zarazúa is actually from the Basque country. Like my great-great-great-great-grandparents were from there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's really interesting, right? Because you're from Mexico.
I am from Mexico.
I'm from Idaho. Funny thing is, the Basque people in the Boise area, right, are blown up. They're all over.
There's a huge community of Basque people in Boise. Yeah,
that's super cool. Isn't it funny how small the world is, where you can be all the way other side of the world and then run into somebody that you have like things that are super in common with?
I love it. Yeah.
Me and Mony have some other things in common. Mony actually for a while lived in the Boise area, right? I live in Caldwell, which is the Boise, Idaho area.
Close enough.
Mony, what's your background sort of in the space?
In the space, I've done pretty much everything. I've done, I actually had my own offer at some point, which completely bombed, but the learning experience was amazing. I've been a project manager, a translator, customer service. I was an affiliate manager too.
Okay.
And then finally found my place in the industry. I do copywriting now.
Right. That's such a big thing that I think you guys should all learn, right? If you're a new affiliate, and you're trying to do it and maybe you're not having success, that doesn't mean that the industry isn't for you.
Oh, no. Not at all. Yeah.
Right?
You just have to figure it out. Pretty much figure your place, what you really want to do. And once you find that passion, then you can do pretty much anything in this industry. So just find what you really like and then, you can have success.
Yeah. It's just about sticking with it and finding it. And eventually you're walking to it, right? Me, I came from the gym space, right? I was a struggling gym owner, you know, and then all of a sudden, the things that I had learned from my gym actually really helped me excel at what I'm doing now with Digistore 24.
That's actually like you hit the, how do you say, the nail
on the head.
The nail on the head, because that's true. That's what they tell you. Like in this industry, you have passion, you can create a product, you can become an affiliate for a product that is related to your passion. So it's for everyone. So
yeah, absolutely. So a couple of announcements for you guys. Things that you need to be aware of. Sugar-free summer is about to end, right? We're going all through the month of June, right? Go ahead, get your stuff promoted. Right now, we have a bunch of offers. We've got links to it in the description that are telling you about different things that are going on right now with offers, giving you a much higher percentage, right? It's the perfect time. People are trying to lose weight, right? Summertime, bikini weather.
This is the perfect
And so it's the perfect time to promote these things, right? Besides that, we wanted today talk about some cool offers that maybe you haven't looked at, right? It's a different niche, right? I love how they say it in Spanish. Nicho. Right? And so we're going to talk about a different nicho that maybe you haven't started promoting, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about some SaaS offers, right? SaaS.
Not SaaS.
No, not SaaS. Software as a service offers, right? We're also going to talk about some business to business offers. So it's really, you're a business trying to help other businesses make money. And they're very lucrative a lot of times because of the price points.
Oh, yeah. Right? Those are the best.
Right?
Yeah.
Big AOVs. The first offer we're going to talk about, actually, I'm not even going to tell you the name. I'm going to tell you the AOV. We're sitting at $2,100. That's a big AOV.
That's the AOV?
That's a huge, right? The average order value. And so this would be a great offer for somebody who's a media buyer. Okay. Because you're going to get with it a big commission. Right? Their average EPC. So if you actually click on their ad, the average EPC is $10. That's really good. And so that means if you're somebody who's selling on Facebook, if you can keep your ad spend at a point where it's like $9 in EPC, which you're probably going to get less than that, $8 EPC, $7 EPC, you know you're guaranteed to make money on the back end, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
What I love about this team, right, is the group of people. So I talked to a couple of the team that's doing it, and it's a group of mostly women that are incredibly energetic. They're incredibly vibrant. They're incredibly fun to work with. And what they do with this offer, and I like that you talked about how you had done an offer before. I think everybody in the industry should do the offer at least at some point so they know a little bit about what they're talking about until they find where really going to excel.
I agree.
But they help you come up with your course. So say you have a following, you're an Instagram personality, but you don't have the course. They'll help you come up with the course.
Okay.
They'll help you come up with the materials, sort of point you in the right direction, how you do this. And then they're going to help you figure out how do you launch your course and start from zero to where you're hopefully living the digital nomad lifestyle.
That is...
Me and Mony just wondering.
Yeah, that is crazy because having like the guidance to do all of that, I think that's where people struggle a lot because they can have like a really good product or offer, but then the whole process is what's kind of difficult, right? So having that sort of support sounds really cool.
Boom.
Huge. Yeah.
The next offer we have to promote you is one that I know my entire team is incredibly passionate about, that we work with their team very closely, and they're a very experienced team, right? It actually comes from an OG in the industry who's been around for a long, long time. And what he did is he saw a pain point for marketers, online marketers, and then he's come up with a solution, right? So the name of this offer is ClickDesigns. And the way it works, a lot of times right now, if you have an offer, you are coming up with all of the media assets you need. So a lot of times you see it's a free book. Get your free ebook. How do you get that little picture that's when you don't actually have a physical copy? How do you get that picture of the book? You go to Fiverr or Upwork, some sort of an agency where you can just get a contractor, you pay them some money, it takes 2 or 3 days.
No, I'm telling you, I've been hiring a lot of people through like Upwork or Fiverr. It's really difficult to find people who like you can trust that they're going to deliver every time.
Absolutely.
So this is
right.
huge. Yeah.
And so now for a monthly payment, right, you have an offer or a software where you can do that all yourself. And so what used to take you money, time, headache, and stress, and then sometimes you didn't even get the product you wanted, you can now jump in and come up with all the media assets, the custom media assets for your offer to do it. Right now, AOV on this is $115. Why do I love promoting an offer that is like this business to business or a software service? Is because the pain point for these guys also means money, right? So it's not just like this is a headache or this is a discomfort.
No.
It is for a business. I need to spend money to make money, and so they're much more willing to
invest. And especially like design is so important for conversions, right?
Yes.
So like having something like that you can trust and good quality, it's really cool.
Right.
Very cool offer.
Make sure you jump on the marketplace. You can look at ClickDesigns. If you want to actually talk to somebody a little bit more about this offer to see if it would work for you, you could always message affiliates at digistore24.com, and it's a great resource to get a little bit more help so we can get you on this offer, up and running it. You're going to have a great time pushing it. So this last offer we talked about, ClickDesigns, is really helping people that are maybe a little bit more on the vendor side.
Okay.
This next offer is going to be a software that is designed for affiliates, right? That's all of you guys.
Sure.
This software is made for affiliates, both entry level through an experience level. And it's going to help you sort of launch your affiliate business and be able to grow it and then live that sort of free lifestyle that you want to do. If you're good at like selling a dream, if that's what your skill set is, getting on Facebook and telling people like, here, let me help you live this lifestyle that we're living, this is a great offer to promote. Right now, the offer has a great VSL. And what I love about a VSL is that it really goes after the emotion of the person. So you do a lot of copywriting, right? Yeah. What are the benefits of a VSL when you're pushing a VSL versus a TSL?
It's very... Through VSL, you have also like the image, you have music sometimes, you have the voice. So it's very easy to convey more emotion than when you're reading a text, right? Because when someone's reading a text, it depends on the person's perspective, how they read it. Yeah. But if you're showing them like a video, it's like watching a movie pretty much, then you can convey a lot more emotion. So I love VSLs.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I think especially if somebody's coming from Facebook or Instagram, even when they see text, they might just scan. Yeah, they don't read the details. They're what trigger the emotion.
It's true.
And so a VSL, it does a really great job. And this VSL is a great VSL that's going to help the person who's wanting to live this lifestyle, who maybe doesn't know how to start, doesn't know how to. They just know they want to get into something internet related. This is a perfect one for you to start pushing about. Right now, AOV, $34. So it's a low ticket sell. Easy to get into. You're not going to have a hard time selling it because there's not that huge risk of ROI. They're not scared. If I give this money, am I going to get my investment back? They say, hey, I want to have this dream. Let me check this out. I can probably learn from it. So this next offer really talks to me, right? I'm 36-year-old. I'm a man.
So
I'm 36-year-old. I'm a man. That means I'm very empowered. I know everything.
A lot of privilege there.
Yes, I have a lot of privilege. Obviously, I'm an expert in everything I talk about, and I think people should listen to me, right? And so, how do I want to get my word out? I listen to like Joe Rogan every day.
Oh, you do?
I listen to like a couple of business guys every day.
Okay.
I love it.
That's controversial right there.
It's controversial right there, right? But I love podcasting. And so this offer is designed for a guy that's like my age, that thinks he knows everything and has something to say to people, right? It'd be very good, right? And I'm just joking there. It's really like, you might have like a business or something that you're trying to grow an audience, right? You could be an affiliate marketer if you're good at talking just by having a podcast.
That's actually one of the strategies that most people are using. Like people who don't have like really good things to teach, but they don't have a huge following and they don't want to spend a lot of money acquiring that audience. Podcasts are the best thing. You can always like talk to other people to be on their podcast and then have them on your podcast. And that way you can grow your audience without spending a lot of money.
No, absolutely. So, it's a great strategy. And so maybe you as an affiliate want to think about, this might be a good course for me, or you can relate really well to this offer. And so you're the perfect affiliate to promote this to other people.
Absolutely.
With this offer, they help you, right, launch your offer, right? It's the 30-day podcast launch course again. So it gives this person a short window. In 30 days, they're going to take you from not knowing anything about podcasting to be able to have your own podcast going, have you promoting. I personally have a podcast. I don't know if you guys know
I didn't know that. No.
I haven't done anything in it in like a year. So I used to be a gym owner. And so we did an internal podcast that was just another way for me to connect with the members of my gym, right? Because really, when you're trying to build an audience, they say in order to be somebody's friend, you have to connect with them in 3 different locations. And so we had in-gym activities where it's like we're working out in the gym. Then we had like fun, just like cool hangout activities. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings, watch a fight. And then we try to connect with them via this podcast while they're driving in their car. And so the idea was we would be their friend rather than just the people who yelled at them and told them to do another burpee.
Yeah, because then that creates loyalty and customers for life, right?
Yeah, for life. And so I love the offer. It's a great offer. Average order value, $103. It's something that you should look at promoting. If you feel like this offer connects with you, it'll do great.
So many people want to do a podcast, so definitely a good one to promote.
So a lot of times we have people from my own team on here on Coffee Cash to talk about stuff. If I remember correctly, I believe that Mony is the first guest on our YouTube, our Coffee Cash 2.0 launch on YouTube. I feel so honored. The first non-Digi store. I would hire Mony in an instant if she wasn't so amazing that she's unaffordable.
Yeah, I have like a wait list of like 3-4 years, but you can hire me in 3-4 years.
3 or 4 years. We're going to get on this. And this is something that maybe you as an affiliate are struggling with, right? You have needs for copy. Maybe it's like you're trying to just do content stuff. Maybe you're trying to do pre-landers. Maybe you're just trying to identify what is good copy for me to be promoting. And so you're just unsure. And so we thought today we'd have Mony on and talk to us a little bit about some tips and tricks she would give to a struggling affiliate. Copy related.
Yeah, first, I just want to make sure you understand that your copy is so important, right? So I wouldn't recommend at all that you just wing it and be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to read the sales letter and I'm going to write it myself if you don't have any copy knowledge.
I've done that before.
You have? Yes. How did it go?
I was trying to sell an ebook for my gym and it didn't go well. I had to get help.
It is true. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to completely bomb or anything, but you do need to have a little bit of knowledge and copywriters are very expensive for sure. So yeah, I just want to give you a few tips that can help you, you guys, affiliates, to write maybe your own ads, your bridge pages, and yeah. So
what are some of the most important things, Mony, that these guys need to know?
First of all, you have 3 seconds to engage your audience. It's just literally 3 seconds. Just think about when you're scrolling on Facebook, right? Like you're scrolling, and then suddenly something makes you stop. And then you do end up reading or watching the video, but it was that little thing that stopped you from scrolling, right? So you have to really pay a lot of attention on your headline. That is if you're going to really spend time on getting something right, let it be the headline.
What type of thing am I wanting to put into my headline? Am I just supposed to in my headline, should I be shouting out to the buyer, like just saying this is the type of buyer that I want? Or is this?
It should, but just be really careful because in some networks, they don't like that. Like, for example, Facebook, like if you kind of like call out the person, they don't like you doing that. So there's different ways you pretty much want to like address their pain point so that they know. So that means like calling out the audience a little bit too. Just kind of think, what's the problem? That should be your first line. Could be like, what's the problem? And then try to make it a little bit like too curiosity based.
Yeah.
How would you say it? Like
a curiosity based.
Create curiosity. Or you could even, one kind of ad that I really like is if you can grab one of the testimonials from the sales page and then just turn it into an ad pretty much. And that way, for example, in networks like Facebook, you're talking about the person and not the actual audience. So, and they see a testimonial of how well these things work, and you don't even have to write anything. You can just pretty much grab it.
Yeah, I think that one thing that's really powerful there is that people can sense BS, right?
Oh my God, yes.
They can sense it. Everybody's putting out stories. So if you try to come up with this like crazy story, and you try to sell too hard, it might be too much. Getting somebody who's actually saying, this is what I have, this is how it works for me, it speaks to somebody.
Totally. And that's another thing. People are sick of getting... people sell us all the time, right? We get ads everywhere right now. Like we're on our phones and suddenly you get a text and it's an ad. And then you're like on social media where you just want to have fun and you get an ad, right? So people don't want to, like the moment they notice that you're trying to sell to them, you're done. So you want to do like a conversation, something like funny. You can post something funny. Just try to make it so it sounds like it's content and not actually like an ad.
Yeah. I think that... one of the things that you can learn from Mony is I don't read things a lot. Like, I'm bad at writing. I don't read. I love reading like fantasy novels. But when it just comes to like other things, I don't read. And so with Mony, I never read people's posts on Facebook. I'm very visual on Facebook. But Mony one time made a post. And she does these like posts. She does these little like practices, right? Where she's doing a story about something that's happened to her life. And so she does this little post. And it's a long story. And so only this first little portion pops up. And so I can always tell, and her first like 3 sentences is doing everything to catch my attention. So I will hit that view more and read the rest of the story about her day. And then the best thing about Mony, right, is that at the end of these posts, it always rewards me with a laugh. And so by the end I get to it, I'm always rewarded.
And you know what? It's very true. I don't remember who I heard this from, but it is very true. When you can make people laugh, they automatically like you. And if they like you, then they want to consume more content from you. And then they want to buy more from you. They're more loyal. So if you can make people laugh, like literally, don't be afraid of writing ads that are just funny, you know? Because I cannot tell you how many people have reached out to me to offer me jobs just from those posts that I don't do them to get clients or anything. I just enjoy it so much. And I think you can tell that I just enjoy writing them. And
I think it's true. It's also very different because so many of the offers, especially like supplements and stuff, I mean, we're used to these people trying to come at us with like these very aggressive, like emotional, like, oh, your life's the worst. Where if you could like get them to think about a product in a slightly different light, it makes you stand out a bit.
And it's totally okay, of course, to use the emotion of the pain points to kind of like get to them. But like, I think it's Chris Haddad who says like, punch them, but then kind of like soothe the punch, you know, like you don't want to be like, pa, 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 like telling these horrible things all the time because then people just feel really bad and they don't want to continue reading. But if you just like give them a little punch and then kind of soothe them too with like saying, you're going to be fine. This is how I'm going to help you. And then go back a little bit to their pain points. It has to be kind of like a game of give and pull so that they don't get like,
I think we've learned that from Facebook, right? So Facebook, they've banned a lot of stuff that make people feel bad.
Yes.
So in the past, you should use images with like somebody standing on a scale. I remember that as a gym. We used to be able to do that. Have a picture of somebody on a scale looking sad. And so that was a great way to get leads. But then Facebook said, people spend less time on Facebook when they see that. It upsets them, makes them feel bad, they get off. And so with this idea of you have to give them enough that it brings the emotion to the point, but then afterwards soothing it is going to get them to engage with the rest of the copy.
And also, you touched a good point. Whenever you're promoting on Facebook, it's a really good traffic source, right? So just always remember that you're in a social media network. And Facebook wants the users to have a good experience. So whenever you're writing something, creating an image for an ad, just think about that. The user has to have a good experience. And if you have that in your mind, then you're going to avoid all those horrible things that people post and they get their accounts shut down. Yeah. So that's the best way to go about it. There's ways to talk about pain and pain points, but not make the person feel bad.
Yeah.
So
for you, like we're talking about, maybe a lot of our affiliates out there don't have enough money to hire a copywriter, but they do have enough money to invest in something to help themselves grow as far as copy. What are good resources for people to study?
Oof, there's so many different, I don't like calling them gurus. How would you call them? If it's like senseis out there.
Experts
in copy. But they like when you want to learn from someone who actually is going to give you results, there's definitely an investment that is going to be a bit heavy, if that's how you call it. Honestly, if you just want to learn copy, there's so many resources that are out there for free. Like if you search copywriting, there's copywriting Facebook groups everywhere too. Like you can reach out to me if you want and I'll give you some suggestions. But there's a lot of free resources that if you really want to just get started, you can find online. Okay. Go to YouTube, type copywriting, go to Facebook and type copywriting groups and you're going to get so many and people share a ton of things that for free. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to see some of these funny stories you're posting or these things to sort of learn from you just by following you, where can they find you?
Yeah, I probably Facebook is the best. Okay. Yeah, Mony Zarazúa. You can find me on Facebook and there. Yeah.
Get ready for a laugh. Can
I share a couple of Facebook groups so they can join?
Go for it.
So there's the Justin and Stefan Talk Copy. That's a free group that you can join. There's a lot of value there. Tons of people sharing stuff.
Stefan right there is Stefan?
F-A-N, yeah. So Justin and Stefan Talk Copy. Then there's also Troy Erickson's group that is called Email Secrets. Yeah, Email Secrets free group.
We'll make sure when we do the descriptions here, we'll look it up. It'll be here in the show notes.
And then Chris Haddad has a free group too for his big method, which is amazing. And there's a ton of value there too. I'll give you the links because those are very good resources.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Mony, thank you. Mm-hmm. Remember to like and subscribe, share your friends every Monday morning. The most important things that you need to know. We're going to be doing a lot more of this, bringing in experts from the industry, start giving you more actionable tips to grow your business. Thanks so much. Remember, have you ever seen Friday Night Lights?
No.
Okay, Friday Night Lights, I'm going to teach you. This is a cultural thing, right?
Okay, see.
There is this great show, very soap opera-ish style, Friday Night Lights. It followed small town Texas football team. And the coach always said, open minds, open hearts. And then there was something else, but we've sort of stolen it. So we always, at the end of every show, say, open mind, open heart, open wallets, right? Okay. So you want to do that with me?
Open mind, open heart.
Hearts, open wallets, right?
Open mind, open hearts, open wallets.